Welcome to the Players Meeting, a Win Dummies production. This is Wednesday, May the 6th. This is episode number 93. Ronnie and I are going to look back at a couple of A tiers. We're going to look at the Tim Selinsky a little bit. We've got some interest in that because we're both old as dirt. And then we're going to look at the big show this weekend, the 4-round Disc Golf Pro Tour Elite Series event. So let's bring in the guest of the hour. Ronnie, what is going on, my friend?
What's up, brother?
Well, we talked a little bit about it before the show. I'm pooped out. I had 4 track meets in about 8 days. A couple of disc golf tournaments in that time. Getting ready to go to Manhattan in a couple of days for another disc golf tournament. But I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, buddy.
Busy man. And, summer's coming, so you have a chance to relax a little bit, but I know you won't.
Oh, there's one other thing coming up, too. The single greatest sporting event in the United States of America. The Wample.
Let's say the Minnesota Checkers Championship.
The Wample. Playing May the 18th. I can't wait.
Man, I saw that. I'm actually going to be out of town the 18th, so I won't be able to make it to the play-in this year. I like to take that in and get a chance to razz some folks and have a little fun. But I'm going to have to just hopefully somebody will go live or something if we get down to the end, because I'll be in Washington State that week.
I can guarantee you there will be live video at some point at that play-in. So, right on, dude. Enough of the small talk. You ready to get going?
Let's talk about it.
Let's do it. Start where we always start. What's popping? What's been going on in the world of disc golf? Well, we'll get into this a little bit later. We got a Disc Golf PT Plus event, the Barbasol Open at Austin, sponsored by Home to Somebody Else and Hampton Inn. A lot of names on there. I don't know what value they get out of it, but they must get some. Looks like three title sponsors. But over the weekend, Ronnie, we kicked off the Jomez Pro Series at Waco. And I'm not going to lie. I've watched a combined 13 minutes on 3 rounds.
Well, you're 13 minutes ahead of me. I saw a couple of highlights on social media. Unfortunately, I'm one of them spoiled disc golf fans these days. If it's not live, it's hard for me to get too excited about it. So I haven't seen any of it. I generally store some of that stuff on my YouTube just, for plane rides and stuff like that. So I might catch it here in a couple of weeks when I'm airborne somewhere.
Yeah, and I don't know what the problem is. I normally watch it live, and then if there was something that happened or something that I was interested in, I'll go back and watch Jomez to see what was going on. But I tried this weekend, and I don't know if it was the big germ and goose combination. I don't know if it was the players on the card just didn't appeal to me. I don't know what it was, but I love the course. I love that event historically, but I just couldn't do it. It's still there. I mean, I can watch it on down the line.
To me, it's not a whole lot different than Humphreys and that tour, right? It's simply not the Disc Golf Pro Tour. There was guys that set it out. It's not everybody there. I'm gonna be less excited about a leaderboard that has, a guy that we haven't even seen play disc golf in a couple of years. So,
or that we didn't even recognize when we saw him.
Yeah, couldn't even recognize. I didn't even know it was Emerson Keith. Like if someone would have, like if you'd have left the name off of that picture of who that was, I would have told you I don't know who this guy is at all. Like it doesn't look like Emerson at all. But I think it was a combination of all of it, and there was a lot of stuff going on over the weekend, and it just didn't get any play for me.
There's a few people finding time to watch it. I felt like it was kind of interesting that the event that was live streamed is barely ahead of the event that wasn't live streamed. I'll be interested to see if over this next week, if the Joe Mez event can eclipse where the KC Wide Open is, or if, like you alluded to earlier when we looked at it a little bit, is it all just the same people that just watch Joe Mez no matter what?
I mean, I think there's probably some of that. And no, if you look back at the KC too, like the final round wasn't very exciting there, so you probably have to throw it out. Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't appeal to me. I'll probably check it out at some point, like I said, when I'm flying, but like it wasn't like must see TV for me, like what the Disc Golf Pro Tour is live, where I simply almost never miss a round.
Yeah, I did catch the Joe Mez top 10 highlights, and I think 8 of the shots were Little Nick, and he didn't win. So that says something. So, and Ed said he was down there, and he's chiming in again. Yo, I agree. That course, it looked hairier than normal for sure. And I would assume it played a little bit tougher than normal. So,
cool track, man. It's a classic track on the tour. It's kind of, unfortunately the players have made it to where it's a hard course to have a disc golf tournament on, a disc golf pro tour event now on. It's a little too small for them, and they have signal issues and all sorts of stuff back there in the woods. So I think that might be as much as any reason nowadays why the disc golf pro tour just isn't going back there.
Well, and I don't feel like there's enough area to get the spectators in on some of those wooded holes as well. They're not only are they tight, but they're also short. So there's really no place to hide. So, well, let's take a peek at the leaderboard while we're at it. And there's Emerson Keith.
No glasses, long hair.
Transition glasses are gone. Got a mullet. He's trying to look cool. So it might be working for him. But he was able to and he took a bogey on the last hole, so he's able to coast in to a victory over Isaac Robinson. So, that's got to feel great beating the two-time for sure. And then Paul Kranz, Evan Scott, Little Nick, all tied at 2 back. I think that's the one thing that always makes Wacko awesome is the fact that the leaderboard is so compact and close together.
Yeah, it's the kind of course that's it's going to keep a lot of people in it. It's going to keep a lot of people who might not have chances at other events in it. You got a guy like Evan Scott. Evan Scott has a pretty limited skill set, but obviously can compete here. And even Emerson Keith to some degree, right? Not the longest thrower. Relies a lot more on finesse than anything else. So, I mean, you get to see usually a pretty diverse leaderboard, and it's almost always – at least coming down to the last few holes, someone might get away by a couple of shots, but it's usually really competitive.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a couple of names there that we've seen multiple times this year. We see Joey Anderson up there at the top. That dude's Buckets is having a heck of a year so far. Marweed popped off of the 12 down, which you would think would be a hottest round, but the Hammer came in with a 13 under there on that last round. So
that's another dude that's having a really sneaky good year, like a really good year. Adam Hammer says he hasn't won. Wins are, obviously at a premium on the Pro Tour when you have a dude like Gannon Burr that's at most events. So, but Adam Hammis is he may not be my favorite player to watch, but he's having a heck of a season.
Yes, he is. And Ed's right. It is a forehand friendly course for sure. And a lot of those names on there, like Marweed and Hammis and Chandler Kramer was on that list. Pretty dang good forehanders for sure.
Sure.
The biggest talk of the event outside of the rain the first day, it looked like it was pretty rainy, and the overgrowth of the course being a month later was this.
Like, I'm not sure what is this even supposed to be?
That's Emerson carrying Emerson.
It's Emerson carrying Emerson. Like, is it supposed to be like a homage to The Hangover? Like,
yes.
Is that supposed to be Imlos? Is that supposed to be Carlos? I don't get it.
It's something, and it's funny. I'll give it that. I don't know that they're going to sell a lot. Maybe they'll sell more of these than I think they do, but when I saw that, I was like, what in the heck is going on?
It's fine. I mean, I guess there's no dress code on the Joe Mess tour. So
hey, it's a performance shirt. That's all that matters.
So you can have whatever you want on there, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna make one that's a bikini. Will be some hot, or we'll make it speedo bottom, and we'll just have like ripped dudes with six packs.
I'll let you wear that one. How about that? Well, I'll cheer you on though.
Probably a top seller.
Oh, definitely would be for sure.
And you probably don't know who won the women's side, do you?
I'm gonna guess Owen Scoggins or Holland Hanley.
Yep. I heard Letha Fakis was having a heck of a round, but her caddy started messing with her and got her off track and cost her several strokes and probably a big win. So
10 20 player, 920 caddy. Is that kind of scenario?
I think that's what happened. So
probably.
No, Ed was down there caddying for her. Ed has been on the tour this year. He's been to some events, but Owen Scoggins won, outdistanced Lisa and the lesser Mondahano, the one we don't hear about too much, and Klesberga. And then what about Silva, the current number one player in the world, just getting it handed to her by Scott?
Couple events in a row, but you know, it's you question commitment to something like this. How into it is she really? Right? Is this just something to go do on an off week of the pro tour? You know, you could probably at least entertain that type of argument.
I don't know, dude. If you challenge me to a game of rock, paper, scissors, my goal is to kick your butt.
I mean, I get that, but like if rock, paper, scissors is what you do, 24/7, and this is a week of rock, paper, scissors where it's not maybe a little more laid back, do you take advantage of that situation?
Well, let's think about what you just said. Is rock, paper, scissors ever really laid back?
I don't know, man. I these off tour events, I'm not a player, but I don't care about them. So do they care about them as much would be, because it takes those guys being really locked in to the absolute maximum to be able to compete and win these events. And if you're not that, if you're off just a little bit, like if that meter is down 10%, that might be the difference between, that kind of finish.
Yeah, an off week in between might be good to revive that meter a little bit after you just come off of a tough event.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see how the guys that took the week off play versus the guys that didn't take the week off. All right. So this wasn't the only disc golf event going on last weekend. Ronnie, the Beaver State Fling happened.
This one floored me, man. Like, you and I are old guys, of course, but we know the Beaver State Fling is one of the biggest events in the country, right? Not something that's happening and we didn't even know it was going on. Heck, I was in Portland 2 weeks ago and I didn't know it was happening. So it's it's kind of wild that this flew totally under the radar.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I saw the video pop up on my YouTube feed from Central Coast. Drew, obviously, outside of Scott Withers, got to be the guy you got to pick to win that event, I would think. So
yeah, I mean, clearly those are the two names that jump off the board. Dustin Keegan, right, another Oregon guy, but hasn't really been out there on the tour much in the last 3 or 4 or 5 years. But yeah, Drew Gibson and Scott Withers is obviously the two real names.
Yep. So it looks like Drew went into a playoff and took it down. And I'll give you a nickel if you can tell me the ladies winner.
I bet I couldn't even guess one that went.
Ed, I don't know. I didn't look at the Masters side of the event. Sexton may have played that, or he might be on his way to Florida maybe too. I don't know that. A name that you know, though, was the winner. She
A
was
name
on
that I-
tour. She's from the area up there. She's been off tour for a while. She had a pretty good. She did win a disc golf pro tour event 2 or 3 years ago in California.
I have no idea. Who's from that area?
Sayananda.
Oh, okay. Sure.
So, and this is a weak field. And so we end up get second. 2 of them shoot under par. So
Where did they play? Did they play at Milo?
yeah, I'm guessing by looking at the
Just by looking at the logo, yeah, that's what you
yeah, I
would
would think, but and it's kind of the traditional place for the event. So B Knopfer likes your hat.
Damn right, Knopfer. Go Avs, go, baby.
Are they on tonight?
Nope. They're off till Saturday. 2-0 in the series, though. We're looking good.
I watched a little hockey the other day, but I don't know. I'm not a vested fan, so it's hard to root for somebody.
I get it.
To just pick a team up. If it was maybe a one game instead of a series, you could probably just jump in and pick a team up, but it's kind of hard to get behind them on a series.
Well, we'll take you on the Avs bandwagon any day of the week, man.
I usually go for the crappiest team with the cool logo. Las Vegas any good?
Vegas is pretty good. Hey, the Avs are the best team with the coolest logo, so I mean that's half the criteria.
All right, back to disc golf. What about this grease ball stepping down from the PDJ board? Nate Heinel announced that he will not seek re-election for this, what could be his third and final time. And he said he feels like he's got confidence in Doug Bjerkes and the rest of the team. Well, I got confidence in Doug Bjerkes too, Nate.
Yeah, I'm sure Doug really appreciates your vote of confidence. But I mean, if you're expecting me to shed tears over losing old Nate from the board, you're probably barking up the wrong tree.
Maybe I'm a bad dude, but I don't trust him. I think there's got to be some other reason. I think maybe he's not going to get away from disc golf. He's still going to have Ledgestone, and he's still going to have, his events that he runs through his Ledgestone business. But I'm wondering if he's not trying to get in with the Disc Golf Pro Tour somehow.
Yeah, I don't know the motives for sure, but I do know I've thought for a long time that someone who's as much of a promoter and tournament director stands to make money from running events was as highly ranked, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, within the Professional Disc Golf Association. It seemed like a conflict of interest to me.
I always thought that because he's able to just take over TD of some of the biggest events in disc golf, and also make sure that they become the world championships and the majors. And
exactly,
not very many people have run as many majors as this cat has. So
yeah, I've always thought it was had bad optics at best and was a conflict of interest at worst. So
yeah, for sure, I agree, and I'm pretty positive he's the TD of the world championships next year at Toboggan. Or is that this year? Yeah, they might be at Toboggan this year. They are at Toboggan this year, and he's for sure the TD. So yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't care if he's there or not. The tournaments that you guys like you and I are going to play, they're going to happen regardless if Nate Heinz is there or not. So doesn't matter too much to me. All right, so an event that once again a lot of people didn't know was about to happen is the Tim Selinsky United States Masters. And if this was maybe a week later, I might have entertained the idea of going down there and playing it. But where it fell right now is a terrible time for me, because trying to wrap things up at school and make sure I get out of there like I should. Kids don't burn the place down, but we got some dudes here that you and I have either watched for a long time in the Masters division and competed with. Same with the 50 and same with the 55 is there. What are you looking at there in 40? These are all good guys.
Man, I think I've played with all of these guys with the exception of maybe Scott Withers and a couple of others. Like I've played with all these dudes. Clearly, you have to think Cale is the favorite, right? He's the best. I think week in and week out, he's probably the best 40-year-old in the world. Obviously, pretty good friends with Matt Blakely. I'd love to see Blakely go win a major. That would be really cool. I think he'll be in the mix. Tall Paul is the defending world champion. So, and then Dutch took him to a playoff in that world championship. So I think you got all those guys are going to be in the mix, and even a semi-local guy on that list, right? We all know Brandon Cawthorn pretty well around here, so be rooting for Brandon down there too.
Yeah, and I mean, Scott Withers probably has as many wins as anybody on this. He's going to be hustling to get there because he was on that Beaver State Fling list. And then here's Nate Sexton that Ed was looking for at the Fling. Depending on the course, Nate might be a better pick than Cale.
Could be. I mean, yeah. I mean, Nate's still a world-class player, right? Maybe not still able to compete week in and week out on the Disc Golf Pro Tour, but you got all sorts of Martin Hendel. I mean, there's players up and down. Steve Brinster's 40 now. That's crazy.
Brad Schick played on the lead card almost the entire World Championships last year.
Yep.
Danny Polk.
Danny Polk is what's crazy to me is Danny Polk's only 1003 rated. I don't that can't be right. That dude's 1025 all day long. I don't get that at all.
One of those guys that probably just plays around his own area more than anything. And
yeah. So
what
about the 50s, man? That's your crew.
Johnny McRae wins this hands down.
Wins easy, huh?
Yeah. I would assume so. I'm guessing it's in Florida, so I'm guessing he's the most familiar with the courses. And I don't know if you know this or not. He's a bad dude.
He's really pretty not bad at disc golf. Yeah, I've heard.
And then really the only one that I really, really care about is our guy, Kevin Babbitt.
The two-time
MP 55 world champion going up against arguably one of the greatest disc golfers we've had, Barry Schultz, multiple world champion, big time before big time was a thing. Are you going?
Yeah, I mean, Barry is one of the five greatest players to ever throw a disc, in my opinion. So that being said, I think our boy's going to beat him up this week. So
he already showed him at Worlds.
I think our boy's going to beat him up.
So yeah, Ed, I don't know where Stokely is on that list. I just sorted it by rating. I imagine he's a 1,000 rated player. He would have popped up on any of those three lists, so he must not be there. So anyhow, that'll be fun to follow a little bit.
Yeah, I'll definitely. When do they kick off? Do they kick off tomorrow?
Yes, sir, they do.
I'll probably now that I know what day it starts, I'll definitely have my PDGA app and I'll be checking in on our boy for sure. And of course, the 40s, I'm always going to want to check and see who's doing what there.
And there might be some post-production coverage from somebody.
Maybe Terry's there. That'd be cool.
Yep. All right. The big show this weekend, starting tomorrow, the Open at Austin by Barbasol played on Harry Pinnock and Sprinkle Valley. They go sprinkle, sprinkle, Harry. So they finish at Harry. It's going to be great. I can't wait to watch it, as much of it as I can. Luckily, I have the day off on Friday.
Lucky you. I'll be keeping track. I have a little bit of time in the afternoons to watch some, but I have to work.
I'll be traveling to disc golf, but I'll see it. We got the who's of the ladies in there. You know, we've We've seen Hannah popping off a little bit the last couple of weeks. You got to think she's got to have a shot at it.
Yep.
What
is she first, second, the last 3 events?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I'm really hoping for, as much as I'm hoping for anything on the women's division, is Missy Gannon or Paige Pierce or Ella Hansen or Kat Mertz to win, so we can have the 7th different chick win this year.
No, Valerie Mandujano has no chance?
She's got a shot. She's probably really familiar with the courses. I think she is an Austin native, so
I think Sprinkle Valley is actually a pretty good track for her. The other one, which I think the other course is the better of the 2 tracks. It's a little bit bigger. There's some woods that go in there too, but she's kind of one of them, kind of down the middle Betties. If that plays, she's definitely got a chance because she can putt it. But I'm not, I'm glad Ed brought it up. I'm not really a fan of Sprinkle Valley. I think it's a little goofy, and some weird OB, and yeah, I'm not really a fan of that track.
Well, I think it's a far better course for the ladies than it is for the men.
I wouldn't disagree with that.
I think it handcuffs the men, and they can't really showcase what they can do. And the ladies, it's just long enough that they can still be tested. And you brought this up, so this is no better time than now to talk to it. You said some crazy OBs. The hole that shook the disc golf world, some people think it may have sent Kristen Tatar into retirement because she took a hog's nose on coverage last year. Hole 18, Ronnie. Last year, you had to clear that last little hump. Then there was a little valley, and the green was elevated. Everything between the valleys was out of bounds. Play it where it last went out of bounds. This year, left and right are still OB, but the middle part in between the humps plays to the hazard.
Yeah.
On that.
For pace of play, I like it for sure. And look, we want to challenge the tour players. We want to make it a test of disc golf every time they go to play a disc golf pro tour event. What we don't want to do is embarrass them, right? And make something so either tricked up or gimmicky or like that last hole can be. First of all, it's a blind shot to a very specific landing zone, and this seemed over punishing to have that as a rethrow, and the fact that it's a hazard, I think it improves the integrity of the event a little bit. I think it was just a little too tricked up before. This is a better way to go, in my opinion.
It was a bit fluky for sure. I think it's still going to eat some people's lunches. I think you're still going to have people going left and right and having to throw up there. And I also think that you might get some, probably more on the dude's side than the lady's side, but you might have some guys back in the fairway a ways that just full send it and see if they can get it on there. And if they come up short, big deal.
Yeah, I don't want to see them taking 9s and 10s and 11s, though. To me, that's not entertaining. I don't want it to be the scenario where we were a few weeks ago where you could throw the disc behind you and walk to the drop zone, right? I don't like that either, right? But I think this is probably somewhere in the middle of those two. I find this to be a pretty acceptable change on what is already a miserably difficult disc golf hole, and just cut them a break every now and then. I think this is a chance to cut them a little bit of break, and especially when it's determining, when it's the last hole, to me, it's even more amplified, right? Because you don't want one goofy shot like that determining disc golf tournaments. It can determine a whole week. I mean, you can throw a whole week away in the blink of an eye. So I don't like stuff like that.
But at the same time, we love stuff like that.
I mean, we love it at one place.
2.
Do we love it at 2?
European Open. We used to love it on the Beast, the course that's now gone.
I see. I never loved that. You think I loved sitting there watching Anthony throw 7 shots out of bounds in a row?
I love it. I love it.
I hated that. And we love it at 7. We love it at 17 at Winthrop.
Yeah, from my understanding, the whole reason the main reason for this change was because if they didn't do it, it couldn't be a PDGA, whatever, a disc golf pro tour event because of the weird OB rule. Same reason that USDGC is like a whatever experimental type deal. So they wouldn't be able to get ratings and all the stuff that comes with that. So,
well, that's good in my opinion. That there's even rules or whatever out there around that kind of stuff because it's going to keep some semblance of like tour criteria available to you. Like, and I would love to see that become more and more stringent, including the targets.
Well, I don't know if you remember the early days of Ledgestone when Nate Heinold lined it with OB and then did stroke and distance, and dudes were just. It was just.
I remember Cherry Street.
What happened there?
Gannon Burr is playing this week.
I sent Ronnie into retirement twice, I think. So yeah, the men. We've got all the dudes on the men's side in there. It's gonna be a shootout. Problem is, it's a 4-round tournament.
Exactly. If Little Nick has won this event 2 years in a row, but I would absolutely be stunned if Gannon Burr doesn't win.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's going to be in the mix regardless, just like always, and we'll see where he ends up. No beast on this list.
What's the update with the kid?
Just dropped out. I have not seen an official update. I've seen a lot of speculations that it's Lyme disease or something from a tick. They talked about, I've heard people talking about he's talking about ransom though. That's where I learned the term hog nose. Oh my gosh, that was an awesome hole. But no, I've seen some speculation that it's ticks, something with a tick. I guess he was using an umbrella before he dropped out of the last tournament to protect himself from the sun, some antibiotics and things like that. If you're on them, the sun is real bad for you. I know I went to a Pratt one year after, I forget what I had going on, but I was on something and dude, that sun was zapping my butt. So I'm like, what are you talking about? Kidding me? It was no joke. It was probably unsafe for me to be out there like that.
Well, I'm wondered. I mean, if there was something more going on, or it's unfortunate. Obviously, I'm a huge fan, so I want to see him play as much as we can. And I feel like time is running out a little bit on us to see him really competing at the highest level anymore. So just missed opportunities is what it feels like.
Yeah, multiple here in a row that he could have had a shot at. At a time when he was actually starting to play pretty well and looking like Paul Macbeth again, mainly on the green is where he was going. Yeah, Ed, I don't think he's pregnant though. I think he'd be fine.
I mean, I'm not here to judge, so
could be. Who knows? Who knows what it is? Hopefully, we get him back out there because disc golf is for sure better with Paul Macbeth in it, 100%. In my opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Ronnie. Well, while we're talking players here, let's look at this a little bit. Survivor Reboot. Very appropriate picture for my pick this week. Last week, we only lost one guy. Darren Bob learned a valuable lesson. You don't go out without taking the dogs.
Yeah, we almost lost a handful more, right? Oh, yeah. Hammes and Heimberg Hammes came from the clouds to have the hot round and get in there, and then Heimberg was only in by a shot. So
that's right.
It was almost down to just a handful of us, but hey man, I've made it. This is week 4. This is 3 weeks longer than I made it last time around. So
I hear you. And I'm just going to come out and tell people right now.
who you taking?
Finish Cowboy, baby.
2-time champ, huh? I'm not afraid to give mine away. I'm gonna take the youngster. AB's finished top 5 there last 2 years. I'm gonna take Barella.
I hope you're right. He needs a bounce back for sure. So, well, that gets us to our next portion of the show where we talk about picks. And I really liked the team that Lucas and I had last week. Loved them, in fact. Loved them. Problem is, what'd that say?
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Problem is, we didn't need a pick.
Yeah.
So the good news is we didn't do worse than we did the week before, because that was bad. But we didn't do any better.
Well, let's see if we can do better this week. I think my pick last week was supposed to be Freddie Meza. I know he was like in the middle of the pack last I looked, so it wouldn't have been a terrible pick.
All right, let me call this up.
All right.
Here we go. Here we go.
All right.
So we got the spreadsheet. If nothing else, it helps us keep track of how many points we have left. And I don't care where we start, but I've felt really good these last 2 weeks about taking a not dude and just taking a guy.
I like a cheap play. It just opens up so many more options to you. So let's look at someone. Is there anyone near the 1,000 or 1010 that we can look to? I see Joey Tamale there at 990.
That gets us a dude.
I mean, let's look at what he's done the last few weeks. I know he popped up on a couple leaderboards.
I can look at it right here. Joey Tamale.
He was 72nd in Kansas City. I love the 35th at Blue Ridge. I love 16th. The 16th at Jonesboro. 72nd at Casey White is not as good. So maybe we go a little bit higher.
Hey, he gives us some spending money, though.
He does give us some spending money.
Let's see here.
Connor O'Reilly's coming off a good week.
He did have a good week. And he's from Austin.
What about that Elias Luukkonen? Isn't that the dude that played well? See how he did. I don't know if he's got anything this year.
He's pretty much a local guy there. 10th at Texas State's and 6th. Yeah, he's not.
So he's just.
Yeah,
we probably don't want that. There's just another chance for another Finnish cowboy. Just trying to.
Yeah, that's weird.
I like Freddie. I liked him last week. I like him again this week.
You want to just take him?
I like Freddie Meza.
Let's put him in there. He's a 10-17 guy. All right, so we got Freddie at 10-17.
Okay.
The problem here is you get out of these 10-20 disc golfers are good.
Yeah.
And then once you get below 10-20, I know Gavin Phillips is still cheap too.
What about Andrew Miranda?
Oh.
What about Andrew Miranda? I feel like, especially like what's his. Did he play this event last year? It's not been great. I know this year he's not been great.
Let's see. He did not play this last year.
Yeah, Got a
Hey,
lot of not very good finishes in there too.
and he's not super cheap. Let's just take Tamale.
Let's take. I'll go Tamale if we want to get some spending room. Let's take him.
Don't know if that's how you spell it, but that's how I spell it.
Hey,
What was
man.
he? 990.
$9.90. Now all of a sudden we got options.
Finish Cowboy.
What's the finish Cowboy? 1050, 1040,
He's a 1040 guy.
1046. I like it. I can get behind that.
I like it, Cowboy. Little Nick, baby.
What
That's
about let's buy back a little bit of room for us here.
I got to figure out how to block people on this. Can't believe Ed's even saying that.
Oh, that's
After my last debacle with Joel
That's okay.
freaking Freeman.
so I'm gonna try to get us a little bit of spending room. This is
do
not
it.
a cheap guy by any means. But what about either Jaden Rye or Raven Newsom, 1029 and 1030?
I know you're a big Newsom guy, and he's been having a good year. I don't mind that.
Well, Kranz is also 1032. Coming off a good week.
Yeah, but Newsom was in the running several times. I mean, he's had a quiet year, man. 7th, 14th, 10th, 2nd, 12th.
He's for what you spend to get him, he's a pretty good price.
Let's take him.
Okay.
What did you say he was?
1030? 20, nope, 1030 even. 1030 even.
Okay, so we got to average 1033, so we can either go below that line or we can take a dog. I don't know. What is Ed doing to us here? He wants Emmer Daddy now.
Not going to happen.
I don't trust a mullet, Ed. All right, we got to get back to our list. It's the 1033s. Zach Nash.
What about how did Casey White do here last year?
Oh, he's another guy that's having it.
Sprinkle Valley seems like a Casey White kind of
Let's find him here. Oh, duh, right there in the middle. Last year. Let's see. Austin.
31st.
I'm not afraid to take Casey White either.
Well, if we take Casey White, then we're taking another 1030. Well, we could get a 1030. We could go up to 1034. So you could get like Case. I think now we have to figure out it's two people. All right.
Do we want to go cheap and get a banger?
We could get someone like the European Jacob.
Yaku.
1026. Braden Sides 1026. Chandler Kramer 1025.
That guy.
Um,
That guy finds a way to get it done.
Bobby Burridge is 1024.
There's O'Reilly down there again at 1010.
Now, if you get O'Reilly, then you can all of a sudden you can get like Heimberg or Robinson or someone like that. So I mean, it's really whatever.
Speaking of Robinsons, where's the other Robinson at?
He's 1037.
Too much. He's not having a great year. No, Ed, we're not taking Simon. I've learned my lesson on that too.
Yeah, we don't take Simon.
Corey Ellis, not from small out Ellis. Another guy not having a killer year.
That guy just doesn't seem like he's 1031 good right now.
Yeah. All right. O'Reilly.
I'm all right. I mean, now we got three guys that can really hurt us, though.
True. What do you want? 10-10?
10-10. And what's that?
Ronnie.
10-57. That doesn't quite get you Gannon Burr.
Sorry, Freddie. You got to go.
Like
Okay. Can we get Vinny?
You can get anybody but Burr. And then you could try to upgrade if you want.
Oh, we could. You like Vinny or Ricky? Ricky has the potential to.
I think, to be honest, if you're asking me, I like Robinson.
Really? 2-time? Hey, I'll take a dog. Any of those top dogs, I'm down with. What's he, 1049?
47.
Oh, good. Oops. Okay, so we got 10 points to spend.
So
we could upgrade to Molly.
Yeah, but that's only to 1,000. What's that really getting us? That could get you Bennett. I'm gonna go ahead and hard pass on that one.
We could upgrade Raven. Connor O'Reilly, we could get a 1020 guy. Connor's the one that scares me the most.
I tell you what, you could take Freddie Miza and turn him into Ezra Aderhold.
Freddie Miza is a scrapper, though, buddy.
He is. He's a. But here's the problem with Freddie Miza. He does this every time he plays well at a disc golf pro tournament. He plays really well for a couple days, and then he has a day where he shoots 5 over par.
Too many cervezas.
Hey man, I ain't gonna hate a guy for that, but yeah, Ezra has been incredibly mediocre. Like 29th and 25th the last 2 weeks. You can get behind that, but doesn't have a finish better than 25th all season on the tour.
Ed wants Paul Kranz at 1032. I don't think we can afford him unless we downgrade somewhere.
If we do that, then we have to take Isaac back out and trade Connor for like something else. I like having Robinson. I like having a guy that can win the event. Well, I like 2 guys that can win the event.
Yeah, we got it right now.
And I think you either upgrade Connor to like
1020
Dallas Garber or Albert Tom or Jake Ebenheimer.
I don't like that either.
You don't like Ebenheimer?
Nope. Stung me.
Gavin Phillips.
He's done me well and stung me.
Yep, definitely. Or
let's just get Baby Hulk.
There's Evan Scott also sitting there at 1027.
That's not the good one.
That's not the good one. See, I don't even know.
You want Evan Smith.
Evan Smith, Aiden Scott, Evan Scott, Scott Withers.
Yakub. Oh, wait. He doesn't go in there. All right. Let's get Baby Hulk at
all right. I'm in for it. I can do that. He's due. Well, we're going to say he's due. We're replacing Miza with.
Miza?
Yeah, Miza.
With Hulk. 1027. God, I'm glad that's done. And I will promise you, Ronnie, I will get those entered.
I need to do mine as well. So
I will get those entered as soon as I eat my supper here. All right. Well, I guess that's it. You have anything else you want to talk about this weekend, last weekend, going into Open at Austin?
No. Just happy to have live disc golf back. So
4 days of it.
Yeah, check out a bunch of it. I got graduation this week. Daughter's graduating high school, so that's tomorrow. But then I'm locked into
the earbud in.
Huh?
Just put the earbud in. You only care about one of those 500.
That's right.
All right. Well, I guess if that's it, that gets us to the time of the show where Ronnie takes a deep dive into the things that everybody is talking about. Ronnie tries to figure out if this is a big deal or if this is right. Big deal, bro. Ronnie, disc golf made it to the Met Gala.
Wow.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, like this wasn't even what I thought this was. I don't even know what to say, but I mean, good for disc golf, I guess.
It's a big deal.
I I don't want to.
Big deals.
I don't want to. I don't want to take it down a different road here, but it looks like it might be a big deal twice.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's the Gateway Titten Pro.
Pretty much. Wow. That's yeah.
Amazing.
The
Okay, so here's my question. Does that really disc golf, or did some chick just show up with this thing on and it looks like disc golf?
No, I don't think there's any way it's actually supposed to be disc golf. I think this chick said, I'm going to go as naked as the Met Gala is going to allow me, and I'm going to put one around the top and one around the bottom and call it good. And there just happened to be a little bit of fabric that went in between that looks like, I mean, it looks like a disc golf. Like, Bro. If you showed that to anybody who wasn't a disc golfer, they'd be like, oh, I think that looks like that disc golf thing.
I don't care how ridiculous that looks. I like it. I like it a lot.
I could rattle off a ton of jokes that I probably shouldn't.
So big deal, bro.
Big deal.
That's my favorite one of all time. Oh my God. When I saw that, I would have been waiting for that thing.
Wow.
So good. So, all right, dude. We made it. We had a whopping don't splash those chains. I'll tap that thing out, I'll tell you that much.
When hitting the band's not such a bad thing, I guess.
No. So all right. We had three viewers. We had Snodgrass, we had Ed, we had Knopper. Gentlemen, thanks for watching. Thanks for making my, what night is this, Ronnie? Wednesday, you told me. Wednesday night, entertaining for an hour. I love doing it. You three guys, share it out. Get it out there. Hit that like and subscribe button. Get me 2 new followers before next week. Oh my gosh. You got any last shots, Ronnie?
Nope. I think I'm tapped out.
All right. That's fun. We'll end it on a banger. Goodbye,
all right,
everybody.
boys. I'll see you.